Welcome everyone, this is Pineleaf Needles and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in LOTRO and here at LOTRO Players. And this week we have with us Andang,
Hey everybody.
Terry Adwin,
Hi.
Maven,
Hey, y'all.
Aerithert.
I like big buffs, and I cannot lie. It's been stuck in my head now. Hey, guys. Background. I'm in game at the moment, and this guy, Captain, walks by, and his name is I like big
He's
buffs.
standing right in front of you.
His surname is and I cannot lie. So now it's in my head.
And Carvette.
And you champs can't deny when the dude walks in with a big banner. It just makes me smile. Hi, at your service for your rhyming pleasure sometimes.
This is going to be a weird show this week.
It's gonna be good.
It's because we're all back this week, Pineleaf. We haven't had the whole team together for a couple weeks now.
Right.
It's the gang.
Let's go into game news before things break down completely.
The dang gang.
Yes, and speaking of things breaking down, looks like barriers are breaking down because Turbine reaches out to the unofficial forums.
Yes, Pineleaf, the unofficial forums are typically referred to as a place where usually it's the, misfit toys, as somebody on there referred to this week. It's the place where people go when they're not as satisfied with LOTRO anymore and just want to be able to more freely share their opinions. And in the past, this has actually been avoided by community managers, but this past week, LOTRO's new community manager actually posted on the community forums. Cordovan actually posted there saying, "Hello, I wanted to create an account here just to introduce myself and see what's going on. I know there's been some animosity between the community folks and this forum in the past. But AFAIK, it didn't involve me much. So I figure this new era of sorts is a good time to say hello. I'm the current community manager for LOTRO and DDO, and to the extent Asheron's Call is still supported, Asheron's Call, I'm an old school gamer and pen and paper nerd. Ask me about Thaco."
Just in case you don't know what that is, that goes to hit armor class 0, which is an old school Dungeons and Dragons. Continue.
Excuse me, sorry. Carry on. I'm allergic to other games. Sorry.
And just to totally out myself, I kind of had to look that up, but that's okay.
I did too. There's a lot of work to do.
I remember it.
Well, you know everything, Pineleaf. There's a lot of work to do in the LOTRO community in the coming weeks, and I plan to do it. If you have a short bullet list of what you feel is most important for the community, not development, that's a different thing, let me know. And he signed it Cordovan. So, pretty cool. Cordovan posted on the unofficial LOTRO community forums. What does everybody else think?
That's
I think
cool.
it's awesome. I
think it's great. Yeah.
Pretty much since he started reaching out to like everybody, that he's basically the community manager that we've needed for ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's pretty consistent with Cordovan's style.
And the
could-
LOTRO community
yeah.
seems to like this as well. Sorry to cut you off, Pineleaf. I thought you were done. But other people in the community actually posted. Nasam9 actually said, that is amazing you posted here. I'm impressed. Thank you. A lot of us here have deep love for LOTRO. And Fredulus actually said, thanks for taking the time and the leap of faith to engage with us over here. And Lena Willowwood said, if this is really Cordovan posting here, it is a pretty major step. Well done. And we at LOTRO Players were actually able to confirm through email with Cordovan that it was indeed him who posted on the forums, and he gave the following statement to us. He said, I've been working in recent weeks to take a holistic look at the entirety of the LOTRO community, and I want to reach out to as many people as I can. Introducing myself to the LOTRO community folks was just me wanting to get a better understanding of their concerns and seeing if there are some things I can do to address it. And Cordovan has actually continued to be posting on the LOTRO community forums. Even just a couple days ago, he was posting there again. I haven't checked back, so he might have even post since then. So he's been
super active anywhere. I don't know how he has the time to do it.
Between that and DDO, I don't know how he's able to post all this. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, he does keep rather busy.
So anyway, Pineleaf, it's just a nice, positive community story this week.
Well then, let's head into our store sales. Anything nice on sale this week?
Free sample this week is the Battle Potion of Restoration ×5. Use coupon code BattleHeals 1 time per account. Also, we have 20% off the Gift and Blessing of the Valar, which if you're going to do it, now's the time to do it while it's on sale and not quite so expensive. Third Age Item Trove, Legacy Scroll Box, don't bother. Because you guys know how I feel about legendary item junk. Don't waste your points. There's better stuff. I would sooner see people do Blessing of the Valar than waste a bunch of points on Third Age crap that you don't even need to get from the store. There's plenty of other places to get them.
And now you know what Terry thinks.
Again.
Right, then let's see. What is LOTRO Players News brought to us by this week?
Close parentheses. That's what the notes say. An ellipsis, close parentheses. Do you have one?
There have been enough times where I didn't see it in the notes and you guys said, well, wait, Pineleaf.
True.
So be consistent in how you handle that. Then let's head into our site news for this week, and we'll begin with a poll where we asked people how they felt about the chances of LOTRO going past 2017. And Andang, what were the answers?
Yes, Pineleaf, well, we did ask players, will LOTRO continue after 2017? And this is already our second most voted poll ever, and is honestly the most voted poll within a single week that we've ever had. But because some polls have been open for a little bit longer, they are. But yeah, just 20 votes less than our most popular poll of all time on LOTRO Players. I mean, it's really popular poll with 794 votes. And the top answer was yes, they do think LOTRO will continue after 2017 with 66% of the vote, 521 votes. Up next was yes in maintenance mode with 24%, 192 votes. And 10% of the people polled said no, and that was 81 votes. So I'm surprised by the maintenance mode. I'm not too surprised by the no.
I hate this topic.
Yeah.
It ended up being about as expected, I think.
Yeah.
All right, then.
I do want to say that Cordovan did post this week saying that basically there's no reason that LOTRO won't be continuing. So obviously it's still up to, making the deal of the license, but basically he was saying players shouldn't be worrying.
All right, now let's head into our community events for July 29th through August 4th. And what's this about Lobelia's Pie Run?
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Hill Pie Rolling Run.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, that's one of the events at the Grand Summer Picnic on Laurelin, which is tomorrow. So listeners that aren't here live, it'll be over with by the time they listen to the show. But actually, going back to last week, obviously last week was Weatherstock. If you've not gotten your Weatherstock Wayfarer title, you're probably not going to get it, because I already got mine. Actually, I finally got it this year. Took 3 years, but I got it.
Ta-da!
I was so excited, and proudly wearing it on my Hobbit Mini, who was actually at Weatherstock. upcoming events are going to be some more stuff about chickens, because this is the 7th annual Month of the Chicken.
Month of the Chicken.
Month of the Chicken. Yeah, today they had a chicken camp, but they're going to have a Hobnanigans event, a Fish and Chicks night, which I'm not sure what that is. Something called Iron Beak.
Fish
Ales
and
and Tales
chicks.
at Sanson's Farm. Fish and Chicks, yes. I'm
I'd
not
imagine
sure what that
fishing
is.
and chicken runs.
Possibly. A special chicken-themed version of the monthly Middler Craft and Wares Market. Egg Coup contest, which is a poetry thing. And Cthulhu Returns, a story night.
I forgot about that.
And so in the article, there's a link.
Cool.
No, Barnabas,
right.
I don't have Lady of Streams because I don't fish.
All right, let's head to LOTRO Academy, episode 130, LOTRO Cosmetics, and I think Terry had one or two things to say during that episode.
I had a lot to say during that episode. Because, you know, cosmetics are near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
So it's sort of everything you ever wanted to know about cosmetics but were afraid to ask, and then some.
And then some. So did you
So-
scare anybody away then?
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find out.
So this is literally the entire podcast on how to dress yourself.
Yes, it's where to find the cosmetics panel, where to get cosmetics, how to use cosmetics, how to use the wardrobe. I talked about worsty cosmetics. The only topic that I didn't cover that I actually got flack from Barnabas for was I didn't cover creep cosmetics, so I'm saving that for a future episode.
Is there an episode's worth on creep cosmetics?
Probably not.
Half an episode then.
Because there's so much about cosmetics. I mean, there's all the cosmetic pieces you can wear for armor, and then they introduced cosmetic weapons and shields, so now there's all the cosmetic weapons and shields that you can get, and then there's held items and implements and all that other stuff. And so it was it's funny because I actually was looking, I was like, has Academy ever actually done a cosmetics focused episode? And Branning's like, well, no, but I didn't think there was enough to do an episode on. And well, I came prepared because I actually had a whole sheet full of notes that I just went
gosh.
topic by topic. Yeah, because I actually had prepped the week before and then we didn't record because his internet was out. So I was really, really prepared for the episode.
All right.
Note to self: don't mess with Terry and cosmetics.
And spreadsheets.
And spreadsheets, yes. Let's then head into the Hillmen and Tales of the Free Folk. And what were those Hillmen up to? And why were they there?
This was an article that Gray did about the Hillman that he's been using in his Tales of the Free Folk campaign. So it sort of goes over the Hillman that we've encountered so far, some Hillman that we didn't encounter, origins of where he got them, and it talks about stuff from the lore and stuff from the game and various different inspirations. And it was a really, really cool read.
Yeah.
It made me super excited for Tales of the Free Folk, and so now I'm really disappointed that we're not actually doing Free Folk this week.
I will say something that's awesome about all of Andang, or not Andang. Not
Yes,
Andang.
Arathert, you are
all
saying.
of Greymaster's stuff is that he puts massive amounts of research into things. We're working on having him do another tabletop roleplay thing for the Signum U channel, and it's not scheduled till October because he wanted to make sure he did his research beforehand about the culture and stuff like that was going to be set in. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he knows his stuff. This is good. That was it.
All right.
It's like, there was a really awkward silence. I was like, did I leave that at super suspense point or something?
Let's head into Critter's Journey 33. It's a secret. It is safe. But where is it?
It's a secret, so you don't need to know.
Oh. So I guess
Boy,
we'll
where
just have
is
to
it?
keep the contents of that article a secret.
I think so, Pineleaf.
So therefore, let's head to Piney's pictorial primer to skirmishing assault on the Ringwraith's lair.
Haven't you done all these by now, Pineleaf?
No, I've got 2 more left after this.
But no, seriously, Pineleaf, it's amazing how much work you put into this. It's just unbelievable, and I'm amazed that you get them out as quickly as you do, because there is just so much detail that you put into each one,
Well,
and it's awesome.
It did
Pineleaf.
help that there was a previous edition.
That's true, but on at least one of the skirmishes, you didn't have a previous edition, right?
Yeah, that was Stormal Methodist.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that, of course, as the other ones did, they went into the what's in the skirmish, what you can face, the encounters, rewards, and all that fun stuff you have. And that will be Assaulted Ringwraith's Lair, and there are just 2 more, because next time it's going to be Battle in the Tower. Ooh. And also, we have Poems of the Pine, Echoes of the Dead.
What? When did this happen?
Just now. He's doing it. It's a thing.
He's composing it live.
That got posted in about an hour and a half ago.
We do breaking news too, Terry. It's just always Poems of the Pine
so
each
it's
week.
like
Breaking
it's literally he posted it right after I got done editing show notes. Is basically what happened.
Pretty much.
And now
So
we
this
have
is-
breaking poem news over at Pineleaf's.
It's breaking poetry, is what it is.
Breaking poetry. Okay. Well, let's see if my meter's not broken. All right. The distant dwarf that dwelt in the coombe recalled the curse on cowardly men that refused to follow their fervent vows to aid Gondor against the dark. As the rangers recalled the ruinous times, we received some letters that led us astray. We followed the leaves which faltered our steps, for the slightest delay was Sauron's friend. We had hoped to gain the help of the dead, then cure the curse that they carried for years. Yet the time was not ripe, so they tore through Candate to cripple the rangers as they rode to the south. We delayed too long in the land of foes. To Rohan we must ride in haste. Yet Dunlin waits in the days ahead to test talents.
Great job, Pineleaf.
Thanks.
This has been Breaking Poetry,
With Pineleaf Needles.
Skirmisher of Middle Earth.
Let's head into our new player question for this week. And Maven,
Yes.
I guess Buddha has the question for this week.
Yeah, so it's about fishing,
Yay.
which is appropriate for summer festival, right? You know, makes sense.
Yeah.
And somebody asked me these questions a while back. I didn't know the answers to them. I'm curious. So how does fishing work? When I say how does fishing work, I don't mean you throw the line in the water and you pull it up. That's not what I mean. I mean leveling, you know, do you get more rewards as you level up? In other words, does leveling up, because it keeps telling you your competency or whatever is going up to such a number, and you go up. And I know there are titles that you get at certain points, but do you get better swag? Can you get better fish? Are there benefits as you level up in your competency? And also, do the crafting fishing poles make any real difference?
My only wish.
I can answer that one.
Fish, it tastes really sweet.
Go for it, Aerithard.
So I don't have a character that's at Lord of the Streams yet, although that would be glorious considering. But I have spent a decent amount fishing. So fishing, actually, if you want the ultimate answer for all things fishing, the person to talk to is Big Ed Mustafa. He has multiple characters that have reached Lord of the Streams, and his standard gift is fish and fishing trophies. So basically, the way fishing works in the game is that you fish, and your fishing proficiency will level up. What that does is, it's not a whole lot, to be honest with you, but you get some, like, rumor has it that you can catch slightly higher level fish. Although, I don't know if that's entirely accurate, because as far as I know, you also have to be in a higher level area to catch higher, fancier fish. That being said, it's totally dependent. I've caught most of my trophy fish at the pond outside of Oscaruth. So, I don't know. Basically, what it is a way for you to get cool housing trophies, amongst other things.
You mount fish, and you mount groups of fish, and you have fish for dinner, and there's some crafting recipes you can only get by fishing up the ingredient you need.
Mm-hmm.
So the cool housing trophies are actually fish, right? I mean, it's not like...
You have to catch the
fish,
and then you take it to the taxidermist, and then you get the trophy.
Okay, so it's not like a barter item where you can barter and get like this awesome chandelier or something.
No, you have to actually have caught the fish to have the fishing trophy in your house.
Yeah, it's a fishing trophy, not a chandelier or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
appropriate
Fishing
for what
chandelier.
you did.
How cool.
Yeah. Just a fish.
Can you imagine throwing a
chandelier?
We
Well, it's
need
like, I can
more
imagine-
chandeliers in Lotro. I want one.
Well, it's like I'm imagining like a little, like a Hobbit daycare with like a little fish chandelier on the ceiling that has like
That's a
the
mobile.
fish area door. It's a mobile, exactly. Just it spins around and it sings like row, row, row.
I think that would be awesome.
Things like that. But,
Don't fall in
so
the water
it's-
because hobbits can't swim. Merrily, merrily, merrily.
Roll, roll.
Bingo can.
Actually, hobbits can swim.
Some can.
Some can.
Yes, some can.
Bingo.
Some
Some
think
can
they
really
can.
splash around and make it look like it, and then later.
Well, it's just that Shire hobbits have a tradition of not swimming, especially the ones in the main part of the Shire. The Brandy Bucks are...
But the question is,
I
finally,
think
do
they're a
they
little bit more
swim, or do they swim like Bingo? Because hobbits might think they can swim, but really,
You gotta remember is that when they lived in the Gladden fields, they were river folk, and they swam. The whole story about Smeagol and Deagle.
Oh, I know, Pineleaf.
Yes.
I'm just saying that, maybe they still don't swim very well.
Anyway, also, in terms of do crafted fishing poles make a difference? Some people say they do. Other people have done absurd amounts of math and testing. Like, I caught 500 fish with my fancy fishing pole and 500 fish without it, and they got the same amount of fish and trophy fish. So, like, does it actually make a difference? We have no earthly clue. But they look nice.
Yeah.
So there's that. But
It's
incidentally,
something you can brag about.
yeah, and
yes.
You know what probably makes a difference? The horseshoe.
Actually, I think someone did math on that, and that didn't make a difference either. I seem to remember something on that from the forums from several years ago. But in terms of hobbies, it's the only hobby in Lotro, and people are like, wait, great selection. But Maid of Lions actually posted on the forums kind of like a tell-all insider's look at Bingo Boffin, where he told the story of how it came to be and the ideas and some stuff that he came up with and the story of Bingo Boffin and how that...
Yeah, I tried looking for that, and I couldn't find it anywhere.
I don't know. But it was cool because the idea for the series came from Theodore Gors, who was a treasure hunter, and that was going to be the second hobby in Lotro, was treasure hunting originally was the idea. But the character ended up kind of just living on through Bingo Boffin. So fishing is the only hobby right now, but it's really only good for being the hobby. Like, it's not like you get epic raid level gear through catching it in a pond.
So it's really only good for
Treasure
like
hunting, huh?
You get cool trophies, you get cool
That'd be a
titles,
cool hobby.
and I will say there is nothing quite so nice as chilling out and just catching fish in Lotro, watching the sunset or
When
something.
you said that, Aerithid, I just got an image of like a notification popping up saying, "You found a dead Rift player in the water and collected all of his armor."
Sweet. Yeah, if you're like fishing in the falls down beneath a Regarth or something, and you're
Right.
like, oh sweet, look at all this gear. Yeah.
Watching
the
distributing
runoff
swords
from
and
Angmar.
ponds is no system of government or raiding gear. Yeah.
Some farcical aquatic ritual?
Yeah, basically. But actually, there's a couple spots, like there are a couple spots where you can actually catch trophy fish at a much higher rate. So there's fishing holes in LOTRO that are like, oh, these are good fishing holes, and they're not really listed anywhere, to my knowledge, in game at least. But one of them is, if the outside Ostgaruth to the southwest, there's like a bunch of ruins, and there's kind of water in the middle of them.
Right,
And
right.
caught multiple trophy salmon out of that little pond.
Wow.
So that's one spot. The spot outside, Maratulhau in Enidwaith with the hobbits.
Or that has that little fishing hole?
There's a little teeny fishing hole just to the southwest of that, and you can catch trophy fish there. I just caught a 15-pound salmon. So it's not like a huge one, but it's 15-pound salmon. So I may or may not be fishing right now in LOTRO as we speak. Just saying. So yeah, it's cool. But yeah, no, the person to talk to for fishing, Big Ed Mustafa. It's one of his priorities, as far as I know. His priorities is to get Lord of the Streams on his characters.
He's got Lord of Streams on 3 characters.
Yeah, which is nuts. Also, you can only level up the fishing skill so much in a certain day.
Yeah,
Sort of
it's
like a deed.
It's like
Right.
other skill deeds.
Yep.
Great.
Did-
That was good. Thank you so much.
So then let's head into our week in LOTRO. And Carvet, what were you up to in this last week?
Oh, a couple of different things that were going on. Free-to-play Mario is pretty fun, but there's a lot of stable rides, and that means you end up like waiting for your goat to catch up. 10 minutes later, you're there. It's just kind of fun sometimes. I found some quests in Zelimelech that I had never done before, and I was like, oh, check it out. You have to like run around and explore, and I ran a corner that I hadn't got around before, and I was like, oh, look at this, new stuff, yay! That was fun. Wrote and recorded a few ads for the Harnkager games in early September, and I send them over to those folks. So you might be seeing some tweets with some Carvet voiceovers. Sweet. As we were talking and joking earlier today, I was sparked by a muse of parodious LOTRO inspiration. So I shall now humbly present to you, I like big buffs and I cannot lie.
Oh gosh.
Oh, my Boromir, just look at his banner. It's so big. He looks like one of those captain guys' lackeys. But, who understands those captains? They only come along because he looks like a total buff stacker. I mean, his flag is just so big. Oh, I can't believe it's just so wavy. It's like up there. I mean, wow, look. It's just so flappy. And then the beat starts. I like big buffs and I cannot lie. You champions can't deny that when a captain logs in with a banner raised high and a bannering in your place, you get buffed. Wanna pull aggro, cause you notice that buff was fluffed. Deep in the mobs he's swearing, I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh Cappy, I wanna get fellowed and share with you your mellow. The mobs they try to chase me, but with that buff you got makes me so hasty. And that's where I stopped.
That was glorious.
Carve, you owe Pine Leaf a lot of therapy money. That's all I can say.
That's as far as I got when my term came up.
I want to play my captain now because of this song.
So yeah, thank you from I Like Big Buffs and I Cannot Lie from Ritter Mark for the inspiration. So, Aerother, you're next.
I think I need to like log on to Landfall and be like, dude, seriously, check out this link. You're famous now. He's on Landfall, by the way.
Okay.
So yeah, my week in LOTRO, besides fishing, is actually I helped. I worked with Becca to get her LIs all sorted out, which is kind of a challenge because I don't have a lore master, so I kind of don't really know super well which are like the legacies to have. So like I know the legacies to have for Guardian. And like, oh, okay, and I've researched Minstrel, so I know the ones for Minstrel because my Minstrel's getting up there. But Lore Master, I'm like, ugh. So we had to, and it's really hard to find a list of what they turn into afterwards. It's really hard to find an up-to-date, accurate list of that. It's a pain in the butt. So we worked to figure out, okay, which are the legacies that are going to be the best for the way she plays and what she wants to do and things like that. So it was fun. And she's almost to the point of imbuement. She's just got like a couple more that she's got to find, a couple more legacies that she's got to find, and then that'll be it, and she'll be good to go and imbued. And it's exciting because she went from having, I think, 13,000 morale and 30,000, I think, 30,000 mastery, and she's got 25,000 morale now and 40 something mastery, just with like the gear and stuff like that. So getting her legacies all sorted out, and some of the legacies are absurdly good on Lore Master. Like there's one legacy that gives a buff to, I think, light and lightning damage up to 36 something %. And I was like, on one legacy, I was like, dang, that's sweet.
Nice.
So, okay, cool. That'll work. So I'm like, man, I need to roll myself a Lore Master. These things are powerful. So yeah. Anyways, that was my LOTRO journey was helping Becca get her allies. And I don't think working on wedding stuff counts, except for the fact that our invitation has a slight Lord of the Rings feel to it that I was designing. But I don't think that counts as week in LOTRO. That's just week in general. But we're gonna move on. Who's the next? Terry, what's up?
Well,
or what was up this week, as the case may be.
Sarah's gambling addiction continues, but she has finished out complete. Still need one more Hobbit win to get much eating, much running, too much of everything. Earn myself the heave emote, which is completely worth it. Mounted combat with the burglar. Bubbles everywhere. That was what we did Tuesday. We helped the one of the runekeepers that runs with the group to get his war steed, and it was really funny. Carl discovered that he gets one skill as a champion, his war steed, and was extremely disappointed by the fact that he only gets one skill. He's like, "Terry, are you sure we only get one skill?" Yeah.
This is it? I get one skill?
That was why I was super completely disenchanted in combat after. I was super excited to get my war steed, and then I got my war steed, and it's like, what, one skill? Really? Yeah, so that happened. But my burglar's like, yeah, you get a bubble, and you get a bubble, and your war steeds get bubbles too! Which is frequently entered. And I am now up to 58 characters. Discovered I was at 57, but I discovered that I had too minis every night, so I deleted both of them and just rolled a new one, so it went back down to 50. So then I rolled 2 new characters. I now have a bear that has been logged in on Spare Bear.
All right, you're breaking in and out too much.
A little bit, yeah.
And it looks like she just fell off completely.
Oh, man.
No!
She fell off Middle-earth.
There she is.
Chris.
She's there.
Yeah,
She's there.
she's back.
There she
I'm in
is.
here.
She's back. She's back.
She has been returned to us.
Well, Discord occasionally has some issues with my mic.
There's a bit of discord between Discord and your mic.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I like Discord way better than Skype because at least it doesn't decide that I need to be softer than everybody else. But yeah, we occasionally have to go some rounds. It doesn't help that my internet's not completely stable either.
You can actually
Anyway.
change that, Terry, if you go into settings and then voice and then take off the automatic input sensitivity and turn it to what you want.
Yep, I know, and I do that, and then it decides it doesn't actually work for how I'm talking.
Okay, then.
Yeah. And then I have to go through and readjust it again, and about 3 or 4 times, and then I finally just click auto adjust, and then people are saying they get echo. So anyway, despite my issues, so I have the bear that's now been logged in. His name is Spare Bear, and the reason I rolled a Spare Bear that I had to log in is because I really wanted to play with the bear cosmetics, because OP furballs actually get some really nice starter cosmetics, and there's no other way to get them other. So rather than use them on the bear, I promptly rolled a new elf lore master and used them on her, which was today's blog post actually. So Maven, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Am I on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
I'm on. Okay, good. So I dual boxed. Actually I went to Sarner 2 nights in a row, but the first night I dual boxed there with my 105 Lore Master and my 54 Mini, and was joined by a friend of mine. And when we got to the point of looking for the bosses, there were no bosses to be found anywhere. We combed that place up and down and sideways. Both of us had been there before. We could not find them. So when after the second night of that happening and couldn't find bosses, I mean, one's a dragon, for heaven's sake. How hard is that going to be to find? I logged my first bug report. So I don't know if all listeners know this, but I mean, if you hit the escape key and you get the little pop-up that comes up, and help is one of them, you can log a ticket, which is a support ticket, to just basically say whatever issue you've got going on at the moment. And Turbine is really good at getting back to you. So I logged a ticket, had somebody respond to me really quickly. They checked it out, and then they came back and said, you need to log a bug report. So I did that, and it was within about an hour and a half, the bosses were back. Yay! So that was kind of cool. And then Reckless Wormbane, my level 54 dwarf champion, is now the Great Saboteur. So he's made it to, I believe that's ally level in the Ale Association, the sinister, bedeviled Ale Association. So I've been running him, and I'd love to get him up to Kindred by the time the festival's over, but that's unlikely. So by Farmer's Fair, hopefully it'll happen. Pine Leaf, how about you?
All right, I have been on various servers here on Arkenstone. I'm in a regular group there, and we did the quest in Dwelling and in King's Crossing. And this group has been slowly growing over the last few weeks. It started out with 2, and this week we had 6 in there. And then on my Gladdenby Orning, I started Central Gondor. And I'm going through the Epic, probably only on there, though I am terrified of when I get to Peligir, because I have a very bad history with that crazy epic battle there. And then on my Langeville Minstrel, I began Volume 3, Book 6 of the Epic Storyline. So I've been going through the portion of that that's in Lothlorien and getting ready to go into the Great River. So let's head into News Beyond LOTRO, where Cubicle 7's Adventures in Middle-earth Player's Guide is coming to the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
This looks pretty cool. I like how with 5th edition, the Wizards of the Coast, the company that runs /owns /whatever Dungeons and Dragons, has created an open gaming license where anybody can come in now and use the D&D system as a framework for whatever story content they want to do it. And then these guys who own the rights to the One Ring, which is another Lord of the Rings based roleplay game, have taken some of their elements from their old system, merged it with the new simplified Common Core, so to speak, system of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, and then created an entirely new Lord of the Rings game that has some of the elements from the One Ring, but it also has the playability and familiarity of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, which is making a huge comeback right now. So you've got this journey into Middle-earth that's set a few years after the death of Smaug, and it's set in the Wilderland, which is pretty much between right around Mirkwood, the Lonely Mountain, south to that side of the mountain. So it's not in Eriador, it's in Rovanion. So it looks really neat. A lot of different things going on. New classes, new cultures, different abilities specific to different cultures. It's going to be really cool, I think.
All right. So then let's head into our questions in the dark, where I am going to be thinking of a character from the works of J.R.R. Tolkien, and the rest of the crew then will be attempting to figure out who am I talking. They all have 20 questions that they may ask in which to determine the right answer.
And we're really glad Maven and Erithard are here this week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I heard there were some struggles last week.
Oh,
Sorry about
man.
that.
Yeah.
Very well. I am thinking of someone from the works of Tolkien.
I don't want to
this-
start it off each time.
Is this
Yeah.
character...
We
Got you,
floundered plenty. We
Aerithert,
floundered.
go.
Look,
Okay.
Aerithert,
We found new
floundered plenty
questions.
past couple weeks, so
You what?
We have a new starter question because Pineleaf was so difficult last week. Is this character in Middle-earth?
Oh gosh.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Road.
That's because last week we had Farmer Giles and they were completely stumped.
Yeah, like I said, we really needed you last week.
I would have I love that story.
I know, that was
you
so
and I
funny
would've gotten it
because
easy, Era.
that was
Yeah, we
originally
would've had that.
planned. That was originally planned to be the question after the one I gave you with Smog, and you actually mentioned Farmer Giles during the discussion
Right.
from the Smog one.
That's
Oh, so
right.
you were like, no, I have to wait till Era's gone for that one.
No, they said there was only going to be one because that week we only had time for one that
Oh,
week.
there was only
Oh,
one.
okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right, so they're in Middle-earth. Is this person alive at the end of the Third Age?
Hello.
Pineleaf.
Yeah.
Pineleaf.
You
He's
gotta
googling
think
it.
real
He's
hard.
googling it. Pineleaf doesn't know
He's
something.
gotta consult the Pinopedia
Yeah.
to determine how to answer that question.
Well, that's
Yeah,
an
the-
interesting. That's an interesting
A telling sign.
reaction. Yeah.
You can just hear the leaves rustling right now
Yes.
as he's thinking.
He's saying his brain is full of leaves.
Pinepedia
Yes.
I'm saying Pinopedia
accessing.
is made of leaves.
Pinepedia accessing.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. Well, they're
Needles.
needles.
Needles,
I can hear the
yeah.
needles rustling.
Mhm.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Rustling through the wind. He's looking at his pine lantern.
Anyway, the answer I gave is yes.
Okay, so they are alive at the end of the Third Age. Is
Are
this
they-
character? Go ahead.
Are they a free person of Middle-earth?
No.
Okay.
Is this male or female?
No.
You have to ask a yes or no question.
Is this character male?
No.
Is this character female? Because you never know.
Yes.
Is this
So-
character? Let's see, female. Is this character evil?
Yes.
Does this character have more than 2 legs?
Yes.
Perfect!
Does this
Yay!
character have 8 legs?
Yes.
Is this character Shalob?
Shelob.
Shelob. Yeah, yes, it is Shelob.
Sweet.
How many was that, Pineleaf?
9.
8? 8 or 9, yeah.
Nice. See, this is what happens when we have Maven and
yeah.
Aerithert here.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh,
Yeah! There you go. That actually hurt my throat a little bit. Moving on.
All right. All right. Another person somewhere within a work of Tolkien.
Oh gosh, we're doing 2?
Yeah, we did
The
3 last
reward
week.
for doing one well is doing another one?
Well,
How is
Pineleaf-
that a thing?
Pineleaf
That's
wants
like,
to
no
win.
if
good
you
deed
just-
goes unpunished.
Okay, cool.
Is this character in Middle-earth?
Wait, you did 3 last week and you struggled? How did you struggle managing to
Exactly.
We
We
got,
got
the
the-
first 2 wrong.
We did.
Oh.
And I was like,
Oh.
Pineleaf, we're doing another one. 'Cause
Never
we got-
mind.
We gotta win one.
Okay, carry
Is this
on.
character in Middle-earth?
No.
Oh,
Great.
gosh. Is this character in one of Tolkien's short stories?
No.
Is this character in the Silmarillion?
No.
Is this character in one of Tolkien's epic poems? Or
Yes.
translations thereof? Okay. Um,
All you,
An epic
Aerithert and
poem.
Maven.
Is this person in a translated poem or, well, a translated poem?
No.
So that would mean an original poem.
An original epic poem. I'm staring at my bookshelf in case you can't feel that happening through the microphone. What would it be? Is this poem published in the History of Middle-earth set?
No.
Hmm. Is this poem a... Okay, I'm thinking of two, Trish. Maven, sorry. I'm thinking of two. There's the Fall of Arthur and the Tale of Sigurd and Gudrun. Those are
Right.
the two that I'm thinking of off the top of my head.
You could ask if it was released at the time Tolkien was alive, and that would get rid of.
This is true, but most of his stuff wasn't.
Right.
That really doesn't narrow
Good
much.
points.
The only thing
Good
is like
point.
Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, but that was a translation.
Right. Yeah.
Well, is this was this character in The Death of Arthur?
No.
Is this character in Sigurd and Gudrun?
Yes.
You're gonna make me pull out my copy, aren't you? The legend, excuse me, not the tale. It's like the Legend of Zelda, but totally not. Yeah. It's been so long since I've read this, I can't remember the characters. It's a beautiful poem, by the way. Is this person a member... Wait, how many questions are we up to so far?
You have used up 8.
Okay, is this character a member of the Norse pantheon? Gods and goddesses?
No.
Because we got to get Odin out of the picture. Man, is this character a male?
Yes.
That doesn't help me much because I don't remember which one was which. Maven, help me here. It's been so long since I've read it.
Yeah, I am, at a loss. I can tell nobody it's like we're the last men standing here.
And chat room's not gonna help us this
I
week,
think-
probably.
I think we need to to keep these kind of for the sake of the
Well,
interest
is,
of listeners. I think these need to be
I'm wondering if it's a
confined.
character who's in the title of the poem.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah,
I
we'll
like-
go with that. Is it a character in the title of the book or / poem?
No.
Great.
Dear. He's going all. He's.
But yeah,
Um,
Arathert, I do agree that it should be within the world, the same, universe as Middle Earth and, that whole Silmarillion and everything.
Is the character... Wait, the character's male. Is the character a man?
Yeah.
Okay, that narrows it down like 0.2%. Um. Man, there's just so many people, and I don't know enough of them to ask questions that will narrow it down without just asking who they are.
I thought between you and Tara, you'd.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Me?
No, me.
Not Tara, I
probably.
mean Maven. I meant Maven.
Yeah, no.
Does this character's name begin with an S?
No.
Jeez.
Does this character's name begin with an L?
A, B, C, D.
I'm trying to think, is that just a random question or is that a serious question?
No, I'm serious. I'm looking up stuff.
No.
Okay, never mind. I'll just go back to my corner now.
How many questions are we up to?
You have 6 left.
Oh, jeez.
Is this? I like Greymaster's question. Is this character a royalty? This guy, this man.
Yes.
Okay.
I like how that might not have helped Aerithert.
No, it actually seriously really
Yeah,
does.
I know.
Well, because like half the characters' names in the book are with an S, so that's why I asked that question.
You do have a point with that.
Yeah, like there was actually a reason.
Half the characters are also royalty, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Right, so we're narrowed down to a quarter of them. So super great. In the book, does this take place before the birth of Sigurd? Is this character in the book before the birth of Sigurd? Or
No.
after? So they're after the birth of Sigurd. How many we left?
4.
Oh my gosh. This is Singor. Is this character on Team Instinct in Pokemon Go? Man, this is like a rough one. Jeez.
Yeah, welcome to our world last.
No, it's not like it's just like
I'm telling you, this is revenge for the body bag.
It is. It is.
It is. It
I
is.
really do think for the sake of like people listening, most of the people listening are like, I don't know who this is, and when they say the name, I'm not going to care, you know.
But we know the character doesn't start with an S or an L. And that they're royalty. And that they're after the whatever of whoever.
Great. Does this character's name begin with a B? I guess is the next thing I can think of.
No.
I think I'm almost done. Does this person is this person related to anyone who has been turned into a dragon?
No.
Oh, great. Now there's rhythmic squeaking from the apartment above me, and it's totally distracting me. How many questions left?
2.
2.
Jeez. This is, I don't know. There's too many people. I don't even know. I don't remember the book well enough to know who to ask and
Are
what
you
questions
throwing
to ask.
in the towel, Aerithert?
We may throw in the body bag on this one.
Okay, Pineleaf. We throw in the body bag.
Very well. The person in question is from the second lay in the book. His name is Otley, also known as Attila.
Oh.
So I would have, of course, also accepted Attila the Hun for that.
Wow.
So that happened. Yeah, Pineleaf, I think for future stuff, because we're on a like LOTRO podcast, we should keep it at least within the world, the universe that is Middle Earth.
You did not specify that before.
I know, and we haven't, but moving forward, I think that should be a specification.
Very well. You want me to give you an easy one then?
He says so happily.
I don't know. We got the first one in 9 questions.
Let's do one more, Pineleaf.
All right, fine. I'm thinking someone from Middle Earth then. Or I should say from the works of Tolkien. I'll put it that way.
And this person is in Middle Earth.
We're just assuming based on that. So.
Based on the conversation that just
Thanks
happened,
for the
that everybody heard.
Thanks for the free question, Pineleaf.
Thanks for the making us super doubt everything.
Yeah, is this character a free person of Middle Earth?
Yes.
Is it an elf?
Yes.
Wow, that was sweet.
Actually
Normally,
got
is
it
an
on the
elf? No,
first
is it a
question
man? No, and I'm like,
of
And I'm like,
that
oh,
round
yeah.
of stuff. That's funny.
okay, so it's an Earth. Is this Earth alive at the end of the Third Age?
No.
Cool. Wait.
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of alive. I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say, did they die or
Oh,
did
okay.
they go into the Undying Land? See, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Okay. Well, maybe it's best to say they're not in Middle Earth at the end of the Third Age in the case of an elf.
Oh, okay, cool. Yay, free question information. So this elf has gone into the Undying Lands by the end of the Third Age. If it's Haldir and you're going off the movie version, I'm going to be annoyed. Just so we know. Wait, now I'm super self-conscious. Does Haldir actually die in the books before the end?
Pineleaf's not going to tell you.
Well, anybody else? Hang on. Google.com. Does Haldir die? Cortana. Does Haldir die? Jeez. So
Is
okay.
this
You guys
character?
can help with elves. Okay, you guys can help with elves.
Is this character of the House of Elrond? That was a question, Pineleaf.
Yes, I know that's a question.
Oh, but you don't know. Okay.
Let's see. Well, I think it's the. I'm trying to decide what your definition of the House of Elrond is.
Basically,
Not family, but actually like
Is it
Right.
is
Someone
it
living in.
an
someone.
Living in
We'll just say,
Rivendell?
is this
Rivendell.
character living in Rivendell, residing in Rivendell?
No,
Is this a Mirkwood elf?
no,
oh, interesting. Okay.
Is this character alive at the beginning of the events of the Lord of the Rings?
no,
Okay, so it's an elf that's. Is this elf mentioned in? Is this elf alive during the events of the Silmarillion?
yes.
Well, the Silmarillion includes the Third Age, so that's a.
True, but we know if they're not alive before, like, I'm just making sure that it's not like an elf that's mentioned in passing in The Hobbit and never again. You know what I'm saying?
But essentially, you asked, is this character alive at any point during the history of Middle Earth?
Yeah, when you say.
Yeah, true. That wasn't a very
Silmarillion.
good, but mentioned in the Silmarillion, not alive during it. Probably not the greatest question, but nobody else was asking questions, so you got yourselves to blame. I mean, I can think of questions. I just don't want to be the only one asking questions.
Keep going, Arether. I'll think of some in a
No
second.
problem.
Thanks,
Go for
guys.
it, Arether.
I think I just saw a
Sure.
bus run over me. So, all right. So we've got it's an elf. Is this an elf that? Oh, I'm not up to date on my Silmarillion. Wait. So there's this group of elves that go over to Valinor and then basically leave Valinor, come back to Middle Earth. Correct? Not all of them did, right? Anybody? Bueller?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Is this an elf that was residing in Valinor?
It was residing in Valinor.
Yes. Did this elf reside in Valinor at any point during his
No.
/ her life, which you should probably kind of figure that one out too.
I'll say no.
Yeah, okay. Is this elf a dude or a dudette?
You have
Male
to
or
ask
female?
yes or
Uh,
no, Arether.
Is this elf a dude? It's the same answer with elves, unless there's androgynous elves. Don't answer that.
No.
Cool. Wait, no to which one?
A dude. Is the elf a dude?
So the elf's a dudette. Okay, cool. We've got a dudette elf who's never been in Valinor. And it was in the Silmarillion, but not Lord of the Rings. Oh, I might have an idea. You said this was easy?
Well, in Pine Leaf, easy is a relative term.
Right, but if it's easy, does this character have a story named after her?
What?
Does this character have a story in the Silmarillion named after her?
And potato chips, too. I don't know.
Story in the Silmarillion named after. No.
Okay, well, because like if it was Baron and Luthien, then she's kind of in there. You know?
Oh, okay.
I was
Yeah.
going for the lay of Luthien, because,
Yeah, so we now know it's not Luthien, so it's someone more obscure. So we know it's Pineley's version of easy and not everyone else's version of easy.
Exactly.
But what was the answer way back when with the House of Elrond thing? Oh, residing in Rivendell. Okay, but he was
Yeah,
confused.
we changed it, but
Because
you could
it could
ask
be
it
as-
again.
It could Arethyr. I mean, we need a sidebar here. We could be Elwing, his mom.
This is true.
I was going to ask if it was a elf that was in love with a man, but there's 3 of those. There's Idril, Elwing, and Luthien. Although we have Luthien.
Well, now we know. It'll narrow it down
Eliminated.
to 2.
That'll narrow it
Perfect.
down if you want to ask it.
It will.
Go for it, Maven.
Was this elf in love with the man?
Yes.
Defeated Pineley voice. Good heavens. Wait, what were the 2? It was Elwing and who?
Yeah, Elwing and Idril, who married Tuor.
Does this person's
but
name begin
again-
with an E? We could ask that before, so
You
we
could
can ask
ask.
it
You
now.
could ask that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask. Does she have the ability to turn into a swan?
Yeah.
Because that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Just like
I mean,
not
I
one
just
of those
had to
questions
ask
like,
that.
wait, what? I gotta
Because
look that one up.
Anybody who doesn't know Elwing, it's like, oh, that's an interesting question. I need to go look her up.
Drive us home, Maven.
Is this elf Elwing?
Yes.
Yay.
Awesome.
You know, Elwing, Elrond never met his mom. He and Elros were babies when the whole nasty thing happened, and Elwing and Arendelle took off. And I did this whole paper on Elrond, and I really feel bad for the guy. He loses his brother, loses his daughter. So I could just picture this poor guy going to Valinor finally, taking off, and he's going to go see his mom, who lives in a tower, I think on Tol Eressëa, like off to one side, and she makes conjugal visits to her husband up in the sky by turning into a swan and flying to the ship. So I can just see him, all excited to finally meet his mom, and he gets there, and there's like a clock on, like a little sign with a clock. Be back in 2 days. Have flown off to see husband. I mean, it's just with his luck, that would be what would happen.
That is the
Well,
best visual ever.
That really is.
When it comes right down to it, I mean, she'll be back. It won't take that
She'll
long.
be back. She'll be back. She'll be back. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
elf time. It's not a long time to wait. But I could just imagine
Yeah.
you'd be so disappointed.
There's so many possible things, none of which are appropriate.
Well, good. That was you were kind to us, Pineleaf. You were not too easy and not too hard. That was good.
There we go.
Oh, you mean with the Elwing one? He
Yeah,
certainly
the
didn't
Elwing
mean
one.
with the Attila the Hun one.
Certainly did not mean that. No.
Jeez.
We
I
currently
mean,
have.
he's a major character at that point in the book. So, like, if I'd actually read it more than when it first came out ago, I don't know how long ago it was, but like I read it when it first came out and haven't read it since. So, like, maybe if I'd read it again, I feel like I need to read all of the books every week just to make sure I'm up for this thing. Jeez.
Yeah,
I know.
Because y'all left me hanging out to dry. You can Google as well as I can.
I
That's
was
what happened
Googling
last
Arethyr.
week.
I was trying, but not very successfully.
Sorry, Carver's kind of relegated to pop culture tonight. My brain doesn't go any
You're
further
like,
back than that.
I made my contribution to
I dropped some sick beats, and I did my bit, so I'm just gonna listen.
right. Where was I?
Donations.
Yes, we currently have 27 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to join this illustrious raid of players and help support LOTRO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or you be a guest on an episode of LOTRO Players News. We did not have any emails this week, but you could contact us at podcast@lotroplayers.com. You could also follow us at Twitter, the Players Alliance at PlayersLI, Lotro Players at Lotro Players, Ending at Ending LP, Arathert at Arathert, Carvet at Carvet LP, Maven at Tolkien Maven, Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles, and Terry Adwin at Terry Adwin. The Players Alliance has 4 live shows every Monday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. We have DDO Players News. On the last Friday of every month at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have Lotro Academy After School. Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we have Lotro Players News, and every other Saturday after Lotro Players News, we have Tales of the Free Folk, but we are currently between seasons, and we expect to return in a month for the next season of that. You can join us for our live shows at lotroplayers.com/live. Thank you everyone for listening. This is Piney Needles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.